Is China stirring trouble in Kashmir? It looks like they are. Now, recently, there has been a surge in violence in the valley, more than 5 attacks this month alone. So the Indian Army is hitting back. We have seen multiple operations and encounters. One such operation was in April. 2 terrorists were gunned down in Baramulla. Some equipment was also recovered from them. One is a piece that stands out, an ultraset. Now, these are special communication devices, a mix of mobile phones and walkie-talkies. Your mobile phone uses SIM technology to communicate, but the ultrasets do not. They use radio waves to communicate. Now, these particular ones were designed and made by the Chinese. That too for Pakistan's army. So how did terrorists in Kashmir get their hands on it? Well, the answer is obvious. Pakistan has long armed and funded terror groups in Kashmir. This is just another example of that. But the question is, did China know about it? Well, this incident is not unprecedented. Let's go back to December of 2022. The Indian Army busted a terror ring in Kashmir. They also discovered a weapons cache. Inside it were Chinese pistols. Another example is from 2023. Indian intelligence officials reported a worrying trend. Terrorists were using Chinese-made equipment like drones, grenades, and bodysuits. So the trend of Chinese meddling in Kashmir is not new. Beijing has been called out many times. Yet they are on the same path. And this is the covert support to Pakistan's cause. There is overt support too. China is beefing up Pakistan's defenses along the Alyson Sea. That's the line of control. It's the dividing line between Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and Jammu and Kashmir. What sort of support is China giving? Now, they are laying underground fiber cables, setting up communication towers, sending radar systems for target detection, and even truck-mounted guns. So Chinese military support is pretty comprehensive. And don't forget the political support. India has pushed for sanctioning Pakistani terrorists at the UN Security Council. Consider what happened last year. India wanted to sanction Sajid Mir. He belongs to a Pakistan terror group that targets Kashmir. And guess who blocked India's proposal? China. They have done this repeatedly since 2019. The question is, why? Why is China stirring trouble in Kashmir? Now, there are mainly 2 reasons. First is financial. China has major investments in this region. So the military support is meant to keep the money safe. But the second reason is arguably bigger, to keep the Indian military tied down. India has 2 problematic frontiers, one with Pakistan and one with China. For decades, India was more focused on Pakistan, but that changed in 2020. Indian and Chinese soldiers clashed along the border. Dozens of personnel were killed, so India shifted focus to the China frontier. At the same time, the Pakistan frontier was stable. Terrorism had reduced in the Kashmir Valley. Plus, both countries signed a ceasefire deal in 2021, which kept the border largely peaceful. But China doesn't like that. If India is less focused on Pakistan, it will be more focused on China. So Beijing wants to prevent that. It wants Pakistan to keep the Kashmir frontier alive. This presents a new challenge for India. The army will now have to prepare for 2 active fronts.
On this today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon fans moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alyson le Grange, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
We start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital